Hey everybody, how's it going? Today we are going to use Tinkercad to make some wheels for our Racecar project. I know we've started using Tinkercad and we've messed around with it a little bit, but I want to show you how to make wheels. They're deceptive and surprisingly challenging. So the first thing we do is we go to Google Chrome right here, and we open this up, and we go to our good old Tinkercad account. So if everybody could do that now, that would be awesome. We've logged in, used your school email, and it should open up here. Here's some sample wheels I've been making. You remember we've got some circuits, some code blocks, some other things, but we're not working on that. I'm going to create a brand new design. So let me show you. So it's going to open up a new design for me. Let me make that a little brighter for you. Okay, I found the best way to start is with a cylinder. Now let's not forget our measurements, right? Tinkercad for me is in a 1mm grid, so right now that's 2 by 2 centimeters. Remember that shows millimeters. So I might want to make that a little bigger. I'm going to go 5 by 5. I just change it that way. Okay, now here's another cool thing you probably don't know. If you look at it, looking on the sides, right, it's kind of bumpy. We don't want bumpy. Bumpy doesn't roll well. So what we can do is sides. Look at this. Smooth. So you can go up there, you can make it really rough or really smooth. I'm going to make it as smooth as possible. So that should be super smooth. Now I want to cut out the middle for my wheel, and obviously you want a hole for yours. Now, watch this. We're going to do two tricks. I'm going to make this. Now if you remember, this is 5 by 5 centimeters or 50 by 50 millimeters. Right now this is 20 by 20, so I'm going to change it and make it 30 by 30. And then I'm going to bring it over here. Now, I don't want that hole going all the way through, and you'll notice my circle's off. Is it? Maybe. So watch this. I'm going to select both of these options. So you pull and drag, click. You can do this too, and then I go up here and I align. Remember that? Now watch this. It's going to line it up that way, click, and that way. And make sure the hole is dead center. Now, I don't want this hole to go all the way through, so I'm going to push this and I'm going to pull it up a little. Boom. Look at that. So see, isn't that cool? So now it doesn't go all the way through. So check this out. So I'm going to drag it, click on both of them, and then I'm going to group them together. Boom. So it puts a hole in mine, but it doesn't go all the way through. Pretty neat, huh? Now, let me show you one other trick. Your wheel doesn't have to look like this at all. It can look at whatever you want it to. I just like this design. I'm going to make one more cylinder. I'm going to bring it out here. I'm going to make this one 15 by 15. I'm going to drag it into here. And like before, I want to make sure it's centered. See, it's definitely off. So I click on it, click, click, click. Look at this. We're going to align again. So I align there, and I align there. So I know it's dead center. So that goes almost all the way through. Last thing, I want to make it about the width of my nail. This is where the axle's going to go through. So I'm going to do 8 by 8. And this, I do want to go all the way through. Whoops, I messed that up. 8 by 8. So use my arrow key. I'm going to put it dead center. Remember how to do the center key again? Yep, so you go top, select the whole thing, although I think I've lined it up already. Align, everybody line up. Cool. You know what? That feels a little big. So let's make that smaller. I'm just moving this out of the way so I can get to this other guy. That little hole down there. 8 by 8. Let's change it to 5 by 5. There we go. And now I'm going to put it back into the middle of this. I'm going to line it up again. You'll notice I keep lining everybody up, right? Just to make sure everything's in the middle. So now, look at that wheel. Let's select the whole guy, and I'm going to group it. Boom. So I know you've done this before. So look, all the way through. What a perfect wheel for a race car, and you can see through it, and you can see the design. Cool. And I know we've done this before. So here's what I want you to do now. I want you to take this design, and I want you to export it. What you're going to do is you're going to download it. Right? We're going to export that design. But before we do that, we're going to share it. So we're going to take some pictures of our design. So I'm going to do this. And look at that. It takes a picture of it. Oh, but Mr. Bycraft, you forgot. You didn't give it a good name. You're right. Bycraft Test Wheel version 3. Don't forget to rename it so it's got a good one. Cool. So that's real simple. Now your wheels don't have to look like that, right? You can do this. You can make it bigger, wider, thinner. We've talked a lot about a lot of different wheels. Yours can absolutely look different than mine. All right? It's whatever you want to make for your wheel. And we've talked about this quite a bit in class. See? Maybe your wheel looks like that. Simple, right? Or you could make it a fancier version. Ooh. I'm going to group those two together. Boom, just like that. You could cut some things out, you could put text in it, whatever you want. But I'm going to send to, and I'm going to take some pictures of my designs right here. And what that does is that downloads Bycraft Test Wheel. So now I've downloaded my design, and hopefully you follow too. You're working on your wheels right now, and I'm going to be here, and I'm going to be, you can G-chat me, you can do all kinds of cool things. But what I want you to do is I want you to follow the instructions on our website, and I want you to go to this Padlet. And here, I want you to post some pictures. So I'm going to post my picture. So I'm going to upload that file, and we've used this before for Padlet. And where is my wheel? Test. Boom. So it's going to put that up. And I'm going to say, here's my first test wheel. Tell me what you think. And it's going to go there, and you can look at it, and what's really cool is you can add to it, and you can go through and you can comment. So what I would love it is if you would go and follow this on the website, and you would comment on a couple designs. Now remember in class we talked about what's good feedback and how to be conscious of that. We want to give people feedback that they can use, right? So maybe you're looking at my picture and you're like, oh, okay, I like it. I like that this comes up here. This looks kind of big though. How large is it? That would be a great question. So I could always edit this and talk about the size. I could talk about a lot of things. Okay, but what I want you to do is use this Padlet to get some discussion going. Okay? If you've got questions, let me know. I am on GChat. So everybody then start working on your wheels. And while you're working through some designs, throw them up here on this Padlet and let us know what you think. And then take a second when you're up on Padlet, maybe check out some other people's wheels. Maybe get inspired, maybe see some cool stuff. All right, let me know what y'all need for help. I'll be right here.